So I got an interesting question from a subscriber and a friend, really, and I just thought I would do this video on it and sort of share with you and see what you all think. So, in this situation, um, this family, the husband reached out to me and said, help me out. What should I do? Right? He has $50,000 roughly saved up. Um, doesn't need it. It's off to the side, kind of purposely put away for investing, preferably in rental properties. And then he throws in this new twist. His wife just had their first child like days ago, right? Like yesterday or the day before. And he's like, "What do I do?" Right? So, I thought about it, and assuming a couple of things, right? These assumptions. And I'm going to try to talk to him later, but I wanted to put this together for this video together for the subscribers, and then I'll call him later and we'll sort of have it out. But again, assuming that 50K is truly on the side, not needed, not a part of the emergency fund, none of those things, and assuming that he has other access to cash for the emergency funds and repairs and things of that nature. What I'm going to tell him is, again, it's in a lot of my videos, but I believe in conservative financing. I actually did a video on securing rental properties as assets for each of your children. Kind of as a goal for when they're 18 or maybe when they graduate college, 22, having it there for them. Because I just think it's a better way to save. Because you get you get tax benefits, you get the tenant paying down your mortgage, you get appreciation, you get all those things because the time horizon, literally days old to high school graduation's 18 years. And, it's plenty of time for homes to appreciate, for mortgage to pay down. So this is what I'm going to likely tell them is, what I would look for, again, conservative financing. So I'm going to say 150K house or less, because that'll allow him to put, if he wants to put the whole 50 down, that's assuming if it's 150, it's 33%, so really conservative. I'm going to tell him to get a 30-year mortgage, fixed. I'm going to hopefully see him get an asset that's producing, north of 1,200 in rent, preferably north of 1,300, but let's just say north of 1,200. And then what he's going to do is, ideally, it's going to be a property that's already rented, right? So turnkey, doesn't have to go find tenants, doesn't have to do any of that stuff. And then it's just a low-risk investment going forward. That's what I'm going to tell him. And the reason we're going to do that is because, again, what I'm going to share with him is, this could be great for you and your wife. You could also use it as your savings so that in 18 years when you're, I think it was daughter, although I'm not sure, I think daughter, might have been a son, I don't remember. Anyways, he or they will have an asset that's more than, or roughly, actually more than half paid off. It will probably, let's just be conservative and say goes up 50%. It'll be an asset you could borrow against if you want to pay for college that way. It'll be an asset that could be sold if you wanted to raise cash. It'll be, an asset you could give the kid. I mean, there's lots of ways you could use this asset in 18 years. That would both help you and your wife, but also potentially be a tool for the child, right? I mean, if you think about it, right, that house could be, again, borrowed against and help pay for the education. It could, in theory, be given to the child. Maybe they can use it as seed money for a startup they want to do. It could be used to travel the world. It could be used for lots of things. But it's just a way to take their little 50K investment now, buy an asset that, provides tax incentives. It's protected from inflation. Somebody else is essentially, think about that. Your tenants are putting away money for your kid's education. How cool is that? Nobody did that for me. So I don't know. That's what I'm going to tell them. I just thought it was interesting, the kind of crux or the kind of go-between of, hey, I got some cash, which is wonderful, but also I have this new demand on time, this special moment, all this focus. So you want low risk, you don't want time consuming, but you also want to put that 50K to work because, you got to get started. So hopefully this helps, and have a great day.